Have a nice day. Today is Wednesday, 15th of January 2025. This day is celebrated as Army Day. Every year in India, in recognition of the Lieutenant General Kodandera M. Kariappa, later who became the Field Marshal, taking over as the first Commander-in-Chief of the Indian Army from General Francis Roy Bachar, the last British Commander-in-Chief of India on 15th January 1949. What happens on Indian Army Day is actually the parades are held in New Delhi and other headquarters. Gallantry awards and silver medals are presented. Military hardware, contingents and combat displays are part of the parade. Why is Indian Army Day celebrated? Because to honor the bravery and sacrifice of the Indian Army, to recognize the role of the Indian Army in protecting the country and its citizens. Now, starting the newspaper with the world news, including impeachment. South Korea President Yoon arrested in second attempt toward the martial law imposition. South Korean investigators entered Yoon's residence in the second attempt to arrest the impeachment president. US SEC files case against Elon Musk for late disclosure of the Twitter stake. South Korea authorities at President Yoon's residence to execute arrest warrant. Blinken makes the case for post-war reconstruction, security and governance of Gaza. Donald Trump's inauguration, Musk, Bezos and Zuckerberg to attend the report. Now, starting the newspaper with the Hindu newspaper. We had the Santa Ana winds rise in Southern California, new wildfire warnings issued. The firefighting force was much bigger than a week ago, and the first wave of fires began destroying thousands of homes in what could become the nation's costliest fire disaster. Nearly 90,000 households lost electricity as utilities shut off power to prevent their lines from sparking new blazes. Millions of South Californians faced new wildfires warnings on Tuesday, January 14, 2025, that is yesterday, and tens of thousands saw their power shut off as strong winds blow across the parched landscape around Los Angeles, where two massive blazes have been burning for a week. Santa Ana winds that began gusting over the mountains before sunrise were forecast to continue until Wednesday, January 15, 2025, morning with enough force to carry fire sparking embers for miles and stoke new outbreaks in the region, while at least 25 people have already been killed. United States Congressman Raja Krishna Murthy led a resolution for Tamil Language and Heritage Month. As a Tamil American, I am proud to introduce this bipartisan resolution honoring the Tamil language, heritage, and culture here at home in the United States and around the world. The release by Raja Krishna Murthy added, the United States Congressman Raja Krishna Murthy on Tuesday, January 14, 2025, introduced a bipartisan resolution to designate January as Tamil Language and Heritage Month. Sharing a post on the platform X, he wrote, for the 360,000 Tamil Americans living in the United States today, January is a uniquely special time thanks to the festival of the Pongal. I was proud to introduce my bipartisan resolution to designate January in honor of the Tamil language and heritage. I'm going towards the Hindustan News stated that Sambal Violence Society to file charge sheet as soon as deadline approaches. 4 people had died during a Sambal violence on the November 24 last year. Investigating 12 cases related to the violence in the Sambal last year, a special investigation team, SIT, was likely to soon file the charge sheet in the case of registered on November 24 with the deadline approaching, said a senior police official on Tuesday. The Sambal Police's SIT, which comprises around 3 dozen police personnel, was formed to probe the 12 cases, including 4 concerning the deaths of the 4 persons in the violence. The team will be completing its 60 days of investigation of the case on the January 24. First in-person consultation on the draft DPDP rules. Union Minister Ashwini Vishnu. New Delhi questions about the consent and data localization were among the key concerns raised at the government's first consultation meeting with the industry representatives on draft digital personal data protection DPDP. Once again, Digital Personal Data Protection DPDP rules 2025 on Tuesday with the Union Minister Ashwini Vishnu promising focused deliberations to balance regulation and innovation. About 350 stakeholders attended the first consultation session on DPDP rules, excellent as suggestions. This will be followed by a series of focused discussions which now posted on X. Stakeholders from different sectors, social media, e-commerce, banks, payments companies, insurance companies, conglomerates, telecom attended the consultation in New Delhi in the presence of Vishnu and IT Secretary K.S. Krishnan. The rules are key to breaking into effect of the DPDP Act that was notified in August 2023. Now, going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, data localization, parental verification in data protection rules weigh most on tech industry's minds. Some industry bodies are learned to have expressed reservations around the potential data localization requirements that could be imposed on significant data for fiduciaries under the draft Digital Personal Data Protection Rules 2025. The government appointed committee will act as a central body which will collate a request from all other sectoral regulators and ministries which see the need for certain data to be localized. Adani's 5G bet in limbo after the penalties from DOT may surrender spectrum. Queries sent to the Adani Group remain unanswered until publication. A source aware of the Adani's telecom plan has also said that the company will not purchase any spectrum in the upcoming auctions, effectively signaling that the company could drop its telecom ambitions altogether. India suffered economic loss of over ₹1 lakh crore in the national catastrophes in 2023 report. Swiss Re said the highest loss were the result of disasters striking area of the large exposure and asset concentration. An excavator used to clear trees that fell on the Bhuj-Nalia highway following the landfall of cyclone Biparjoy in the Gujarat. India suffered economic losses of over ₹1 lakh crore in the natural catastrophes in 2023 report. Swiss Re said the high losses were results of the disasters striking areas of large exposure and asset concentration. Once again, an excavator used to clear the trees that fell on Bhuj-Nalia highway following the landfall of the cyclone Biparjoy in Gujarat. Going to science and tech, we have measured to lay off 5% of the lowest performers. Plans to hire for impacted roles. Facebook parent had total workforce of more than 72,000 of the September 30. Meta platforms will trim about 5% of its lowest performers and plans to hire for the impeachment roles of this year, a company spokesperson said. Meta platforms will trim about 5% of its lowest performers and plans to hire for the impacted roles of this year, a company spokesperson said on Tuesday. CEO Mark Zuckerberg has also warned employees about more of such jobs cuts this year, raised the bar on the performance management, the space spokesperson said. The Facebook parent had a total workforce of more than 72,000 as of September 30. Many tech companies, including Cisco and IBM, have been looking to redirect investment into artificial intelligence technology. Meta has also poured billions into the artificial intelligence related to infrastructure, with its expenses expected to grow this year. Google's search ad business faces fresh investigation from United Kingdom's Competition Watchdog. AI-powered chatbots have become increasingly popular with the internet users looking for information online. British competition watchdog says it is investigating Google's search and air business, adding to the global security that the United States tech giant is facing. Britain's competition watchdog said Tuesday it is investigating the Google search ad of business, adding to the global security that the United States tech giant is facing. The Competition and Markets Authority said it will be examine whether Google is weakening competition by stifling innovation, giving a preference to its own services, or exploiting user data. Using a new powers to investigate competitions in the digital markets, the watchdog said it would determine whether Google should be given strategic market status that the would require imposing remedies to change its behavior. On the cusp of demographic transition, on declining fertility levels, an update on HMPV, sudden cardiac death among athletes, and more. In the weekly Health Matters newsletter, Ramya Kannan writes about the getting to good health and staying dear. You can subscribe here to get the newsletter in your inbox. So let us go ahead. It's true that we have not really prepared for a demographic transition. As the country moves ahead and progress in healthcare besides simultaneously working on stability, fertility, and the replacement level, there are clear signs of a demographic transition in some parts of the country. These transitions come with issues that will not have to wrestle with anyone. Obsessed as we have been with our burgeoning population, levels and the need of the offer healthcare services to all, we have not quite accounted for what happens when we cross the bridge. In Kerala state, where the bridge has been crossed effectively a while ago, the first interesting fallout of this demographic transition is manifesting. See, Maria brings to our attention a fascinating development in Kerala. Declining fertility levels are pushing up maternal mortality rate, and Kerala's maternal mortality rate ratio currently the lowest in the country at 19 per 1 lakh live births is now climbing steadily, much to the consternation of the health department, and the reason for the increase may be beyond the control of the officials. Plus, there is a famous personality of India, an Indian lawyer who is known by his famous name M.K. Gandhi, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, birth anniversary 2nd October 1869 up to 30th of January 1948, was an Indian lawyer, anti-colonial nationalist, and a political ethicist who employed non-violent resistance to lead the successful campaign for India's independence from the British rule. He inspired movements for civil rights and freedom across the world. The honorific Mahatma, from such meaning great souls are venerable, first applied to him in South Africa in 1914, is now used throughout the world. Gandhi's birthday on 2nd October is commemorated in India as Gandhi Jayanti, a national holiday, and worldwide as the International Day of Non-Violence. Gandhi is considered to be the father of the nation in post-colonial India during the India's nationalist movement, and in several decades immediately after he was also commonly called Babu, and endearment, roughly meaning the father. Assuming leadership of the Indian National Congress in 1921, Gandhi led a nationwide campaign for easing poverty, expanding women's rights, building religious and ethnic immunity, ending untouchability, and above all, achieving Swaraj or self-rule. Gandhi adopted the short dhoti woven with the hands spun yarn as a mark of the identification with the India's ruler poor. He began to live in a self-sufficient residential community, to eat simple food and undertake long fasts as means of both introspection and a political protest. Bringing anti-colonial nationalism to the common Indians, Gandhi led them in the challenging the British imposed salt tax with the 400-kilometer to 50-mile Dandi Salt March in 1930, and in calling for the British to quiet India in 1942. He was imprisoned many times and for many years in both South Africa and India. Gandhi says a very famous quotation. He says that live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Okay, thank you.